So someone recently left this comment under one of my videos. It's, I think, my most popular one, the one where I review Abby Emmons' The Other World. I've been a long time fan of Abby Emmons. She is a writing coach on YouTube. I've long been inspired by her, followed her advice, and read all of her published books. So I definitely am a huge fan of Abby Emmons. And in that book specifically, I was sharing my complaints about it because I was deeply let down by the book. It wasn't what I was expecting, and it wasn't really good in my opinion, and there were aspects of it that I really didn't like, and so I shared that in my review. And many people agreed with me, many people did not, and this comment stood out to me specifically because the idea that someone spent a long time and effort promoting a book, creating a book, I think applies to pretty much every author out there. Like, if you are an author, you know how long it takes you to write the story, come up with the story, publish the story. It is a long-term process, and it is something that can take ages. And it's not said at all that it will become very famous, and so it is a labor of love. And the fact that someone doesn't deserve to be criticized just because they have spent that much time publishing a book, even though the rest of the authors that also are not successful, are not famous, are indie, have spent the same amount of time and they also are in that stage, is just something that I don't agree with, because I think that criticism should be able to come to everyone at every stage, because we all have different tastes, we all can vibe with different things, and if certain themes, certain tropes are not meant for us, I think we should be allowed to voice those claims and to say that it was not good. Another aspect that this commenter criticized me for is for criticizing the fact that I thought that Orca forgave her father too quickly, and that is something that, for me at least, is something I stand by, because I thought that she was moved by psychology more so than true will to forgive, and that means that I think that she had just been let down by her mother, who abandoned her, had no intention of taking care of her at all, and therefore she was in total need of a parental figure that she didn't find when seeking for her mother, seeking for that approval that she was meant to be given, and her mother cut her short and didn't want to get into that. So I think that that was something that motivated her more strongly than the fact that her father truly deserved forgiveness. Yes, sure, he took care of her for the 18 years of life then they were together. Wonderful, but also he forbade her from ever leaving the island, from ever moving away from a situation that can also be seen as very controlling and can also be seen as something that is not short of very validating from him, being the rightful parent, the parent that did it right because her mother went away and definitely wasn't the right parent for her. And so stepping into his shoes of the parent that did it all and gave it all out for her. So because of those reasons, I stand by my opinion that personally I don't think that her father was incredible at all, and I don't think that she should have forgiven him so soon. But overall, I think that we should ultimately be able to criticize whatever book we want, because we are all people with personal stories and with personal beliefs, and I think that if a book doesn't touch your reading spot, it should not be praised just because someone spent time, money, and effort publishing it.